So I'm back in Tokyo from Italy. I was able to go on a little 1-week road trip with my last Italian host family, and it was super duper fun. So we first went to the airport at Bologna and then flew out to Palermo, and when we landed we rented like this car, so we were able to actually do the road trip, and it was super nice. It was 5 of us, so we were all kind of squished, but honestly, like, that's what road trips are, right? And we drove to Cheffalu, which is probably one of my favorite places or cities in Sicily. I think it's just so beautiful. The beaches were beautiful and the whole atmosphere there was just really amazing. We first checked into the Artemis Hotel, which was super cute, and it just gives off this very vintage Italian vibe that I really liked. And we went to go get lunch because we were starving, and we had this amazing burrata pizza. It was delicious and I still dream about it to this day. Then we kind of explored around the town, and Sicily is known for cannolis, so we obviously had to go get cannoli. Cannolis are basically these fried pastries with ricotta cheese in it and some kind of toppings. It's usually pistachios and oranges. We walked to this beautiful beachy area. There were these arches that kind of gave a really nice view to the ocean, and we just sat down and had an amazing view while we ate our cannolis, which was delicious, by the way. And oh my gosh, the ocean makes me so happy. It reminds me of California, and I love the ocean. So after that we walked around the town and we took off our shoes and just walked on the sand looking at the beautiful sunset. I wish I could have swam in it, but it was quite cold, so we headed to dinner. I had some kind of salmon, which was really good, even though I was so stuffed from the pizza earlier. And my host brother and dad got like this lobster thing, which looked really good. So the next morning, the hotel that we stayed at had a little breakfast buffet, and I got croissant, cheese, and salami, and it was so good. I think I ate like 5. I'm not even joking. It's small, okay? It's small, but they were so good. I couldn't stop eating it. So I brought my film camera to Italy, but I ran out of film, so I had to go on the hunt to buy some film, which is actually a lot harder than you might think. And we went into this little techie store that had like lamps and gas tanks and just very random knickknacks, and I was able to find film behind the counter, and I was like, oh, can I please have some film? And the dude was like, oh, of course we can sell it for you, but it's expired. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Expired film. And he's like, no. It expired in 2006 when I was 6 years old, basically. So I took the chance because it was only around 3 euros he was selling it for. He ended up giving me even more of a discount. If I bought 2, it would be 5 euros. So I bought 2 packs of expired film. It actually came out really cool. It has a bit of a blue tint on the photos, and it just looks very old, and I don't know, it just gives some character to it, I think, and I'm actually not too mad about how it turned out. I think they came out really cool, and it's just a nice memory to have as well. That day we actually ended up exploring the cathedral in Ceffalu. It was so beautiful seeing the cathedral, and there were so many arches where you can see the view of the ocean, and there was this one arch where there was a bell in front of it, and it just looked so beautiful and nice. So we explored the cathedral for I think like an hour or so. There were so many areas to explore, so many long hallways, and once again there were so many arch windows, so there was just a beam of light coming throughout the hallways, which I thought was really beautiful. After exploring the cathedral for about an hour or so, we headed to this nearby bar and got some drinks. I got this lemon granita. The best way to describe it is a snow cone. It was delicious, obviously. And then we headed back on the road to go to Catania. We stayed at the Grand Hotel, which was very big. We almost got lost in the hotel because it was huge. And we explored the town center of Catania and went to get some aperitivo, which is basically like appetizers kind of, so you drink a bit and then a little small food, and then you go to a different place to actually eat dinner. I love that lifestyle. I just want to become Italian, okay? I just want to be Italian, and I want to live in Italy and have aperitivos every day because it's such a nice vibe, just people watching and eating like small snacks, you know, drinking a little bit. It's the life. I got this croquette, which is basically like a fried cheese rice ball thingy, delicious, and of course a little spritz because you can't go wrong with a little bit of alcohol, just a little bit, drink responsibly. And right after that we went to dinner. I ordered the squid ink pasta, which was very good. The portion was huge though, but it was very good. After dinner, my host brother and I sprinted back to the hotel, leaving everybody else because we had to use the restroom so badly. I have to be so bad. The next morning we headed down again for some breakfast, but this time it had such a beautiful view. It was so nice to eat breakfast once again. Just a croissant, some cheese and salami because I could not stop. And then we headed to Mount Aetna, which is an active volcano in Sicily. Unfortunately or fortunately, it didn't erupt when we were there, but it is still active, which is really cool. We went on this little Jeep tour guide. It was very, very bumpy, but it was honestly really fun. And we were also able to bring back some volcanic rocks from there, and these have a little bit of copper and gold in them, which is really cool. It was a really nice souvenir to keep. Is that your favorite one?
Yes, because it's more colorful. Yes.
Oh, it is pretty. I felt like I was on a different planet because of the black ash on the ground, and there was a little bit of snow, and I really liked the contrast of the black and white. We were on top of the volcano, so there was just clouds. The clouds! Underneath us and fog, and it felt so surreal because you felt like you were on top of the world. And then we were actually able to explore under the volcanic caves, so we went under. I had to put on a little headlamp, looking real cute, and exploring in the cave, which is super cool to see. Like above you there's just a hole basically, and the light comes in, and it was just so beautiful. Such a cool experience. And the tour place actually had a restaurant there, so we ended up having lunch there, and it was so good. It was like a family course meal thing, so they just brought in all of the food, and we had a little bit of wine obviously, and the view once again was amazing. We headed to our next Airbnb. We explored Syracuse for a little bit, which was so beautiful. I think Syracuse might have been my second favorite city that we explored in Sicily. The water was so nice. It was a bit cloudy, but the water was just so pretty, and I loved the whole atmosphere of this town. We stopped by this lookout point to the ocean, and it was so beautiful, and once again just standing there listening to the waves hit the rocks was just so peaceful, and I wish I could live in Italy. I will say this over and over. I love Italy so much. And then we met this really cute dog and some cats, and we headed to dinner to this really cool, beautiful restaurant. It was super interesting because they customize the drinks according to what you order. I ordered this seafood pasta, so he actually made me this ginger alcoholic beverage. And then for dessert, he poured me this sweet liquor that was really good as well. So the next morning, we went to this cafe for breakfast and then headed out to explore the Syracuse ancient ruins, and we were able to see Teatro Greco, which was super huge, and it's insane to see how well it's been preserved. And I think they were actually setting up for some kind of concert because we saw this piano on the stage. So we explored there for about an hour or so, and then we headed to Modica, which is the chocolate center of Sicily. We met this really cute cat with such a weird meow. But very cute nonetheless. And we were able to test out some chocolate. I had some of Modica chocolate, which is very different if you compare it to normal chocolate that I've eaten. Because Modica chocolate is only made out of cacao beans and sugar, there's not that creaminess and just smooth texture that you normally would find in chocolate. It's very dry and crumbly, but very, very good. Once again, we explored the town a bit and went into some beautiful cathedrals. There was one that had this beautiful blue color in it that I just absolutely adored. And for lunch, I had this ricotta risotto and explored some more cathedrals and saw really cute cats as well. And for dinner, we went to Crocos, which, oh my gosh, was amazing. I had this 3 tartare plate and it was delicious. I absolutely loved it. Highly recommend going. I want to go back there as soon as possible. Like, it's that good. It's so good. And then we headed to our hotel for the night. It was super spacious and very nice, and they even had little chocolates on the pillows. And we're gonna have a massage tomorrow morning.
It's a model.
Oh, already?
Because look at here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So cute.
Oh, that's so cute. And then the next morning we went to Agrigento, which had all of these ancient ruins, and once again my mind was blown at how well preserved it is, because it was built around 460 BC and it's still standing to this day, which I don't know how. It's just insane to me. It is kind of sad to think that one day they will be gone though, because of all the elements. I'm so fortunate to be able to see it with my own eyes in person. Because dinner was so good the day before, we went back to Crocos because, once again, it was delicious. And this time I had like a shrimp pasta, some spritz, and oh, it was so good, you guys. Everything you will eat at Crocos is delicious, okay? The next day we just explored the town for a bit. And for lunch we went to this very famous restaurant, so it took about an hour for us to get inside, which was a lot because we were so hungry and hangry. It was insane. And I ended up getting this lasagna, which was really good. And then sadly we headed to the airport to go back home. So sad, but I had such an amazing time that 1 week. It was packed and it went by so fast, but I was so happy to be able to spend it with my host family. I love them. I love them so much. I just want to go back to Italy as soon as possible. I really want to live there. I'm counting the days until I'm living in Italy. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye! Or ciao! Ciao!